Good morning, everybody. My name is John. I'm a weapon of mass instruction. Today is Tuesday, December 11th, 2012, and it's about 10:15 in the morning. So if you're just tuning in, I've been getting off of the subjects of survival and world occurrences lately, and I've been getting on to the subject of energy manipulation and magic, and that's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Last time I told you about doing the circle exercise for ritual tarot magic, and after I did the exercise, I noticed that just about all afternoon and most of the evening, I had a low throb in my head. And that was after having felt the buzzing sensation doing the exercise. So I felt this low throb in my head. And it felt like almost like a headache, but it didn't hurt. And at first I thought that was At first I thought that was just the circle exercise working. And then, after I thought about it for a bit, I realized, well, it wasn't just the circle working, because the purpose of the circle is for protection, mental and spiritual protection from external energy sources. As far as I can tell, all energy basically amounts to, it emanates from the same source, ultimately. So, while eventually I can get to the point where I can focus the circle to protect me specifically from certain types of energy, like electromagnetism, cell phone, freaking the harp energy, like all that. And that would be pretty cool, being able to protect myself with that magical circle. And, if they ever launch a hologram-based event that we've heard about back in the past, then, if it's focused the right way, I imagine it should protect me from that and allow me to see what really lies behind the hologram. But that's what that's what I realized must have been going on with the circle. The reason I felt the throb in my head was probably because the circle was interacting with energy. All sorts of different energy. And probably what I felt was that energy getting deflected by the circle. Now, of course, there is also the possibility that I was getting slightly dehydrated or suffering from caffeine withdrawal that day. But the fact of the matter is, I felt that low throb after having done the exercise. So I'm not going to chalk it up to a coincidence. Simply, lately I've noticed a lot of things happening that just can't be coincidence anymore. And I started delving into a little bit of Sigil magic, which the way it works is basically drawing up a sigil according to whatever it is that you wish or will or want to put your energy into. When you burn it into your subconscious and then promptly forget it consciously, it allows you to basically subconsciously cast a spell to obtain that objective without having to worry about whether your brain is going to get in the way of it. Basically, the rational part of your brain is what gets in the way of magic. The rational part is what gives you the direction, what you want done, but the irrational, emotional, the more energetic side of your brain is what actually does it. So the subconscious is where a lot of that takes place. If what I understand is the case. So I tried a sigil, and I took an example from the book that I got it from. It's High Magic Theory and Practice by Frater U.D. and I heard good things about him. So been reading through that and been looking at the theory part of it, the background information, you could say. And so I tried that sigil, and the exact wording of it was, I will make $500 today. And I did this yesterday. I will make $500 today. Apparently the wording of the sigil must be pretty precise and clear, otherwise it might not turn out the way you want it to. And I might run into that too. But it's also something that, like, the goals that you set for any spell should be something that are within your reach. You know, you don't want to try casting a spell that's going to lift up a mountain off of the face of the earth, you know, for your first time running, because that's going to set you up for failure. You're going to start thinking, oh, well, it doesn't work. You know, so this, to me, felt like a lofty goal, but at the same time, it was something that could potentially happen in a given day. Well, last night, I had to go down to the gas station and beg. Unfortunately, the job thing isn't turning out so great right now. Just between the hours and things going on, but hopefully that'll improve. But I'm not proud of it, but I did what I had to do. But when I went down there, somebody ran into me that I had known previously, and asked me what I was doing. And I said, well, I'm short of money, so I need to get a hold of gas, food, and hopefully cigarettes. And so that person handed me $30. So that was definitely not the goal that I had set for the sigil, but it was definitely a lot more than I would have expected. And it was one of those things where you could easily chalk it up to coincidence. Yeah, well, that person was already going to be there, and but who's to say that person would have been there? And I think there's things that pop up in the fabric of reality when a spell works to tell you that it worked. You remember in the Matrix when they were going through the empty building, and Neo was last in line, and they're going through, and they enter the one room. He glances behind him, he sees the black cat, and it's like, meow, and walks across the hallway. And then, like 2 seconds later, he glances behind him, and there's the black cat again going, meow, and walking across the hallway again. And they tell him how a deja vu is a glitch in the Matrix. Same sort of thing, I think. When you're altering the fabric of reality through casting spells or any sort of manipulation of energy, you're going to see a little glitch in the fabric. So, for example, last night, between the money that person gave me and the rest of the money that I had been able to get a hold of, all together, I had $33.13. So $33.13. And so I bought a sandwich for me and my girlfriend. I bought cigarettes, and then I said, okay, put the rest of it on pump, whatever. It was pump 7. That might actually be part of it too. Put the rest on pump 7. And the rest of the money that went on pump 7 turned out to be $8.41. So you add those together, and you get 13. So 33, 13, 13, and the pump was 7. So I don't know. I didn't analyze the 7 to see if that plays into it, but immediately it struck me as one of those things where you can chalk it up to coincidence, but it's not. At that moment, because of everything that happened, the total had to be, 3313 with the digits left on my gas, adding up to 13. So that kind of tells me that the sigil worked the best way possible given the circumstances. Ultimately, what I was looking for was every day is today, and it's still fitting the bill of the spell. So that's something to look out for when manipulating your own energy by whatever means you choose to do so. You know, you would do well to make sure you've got that level of precision to where you know exactly what should happen when and where. Another reason why it's important not to be vague is also, well, because if you're vague about certain things, then bad things might happen in order to bring about what you wish for or what you will about. I said about twice in the same sentence. I'll take another example for that. The other day, I was telling my girlfriend, I certainly hope that we have the chance to be together tonight. The only time that we would have been able to be together would have been while I was working. But the thing is, you know, sometimes my boss calls me in early, sometimes he closes the shop early. What ended up happening that day was my boss and his wife both got sick, and they didn't open the shop up at all. So, I got what I hoped for. Didn't turn out so well for the other guy, though. And I didn't even realize it. And I gotta, like, for me personally, I have to keep a tight rein on my thoughts and feelings now that I've started to tap into this on a conscious level. You know, it's something that now it's my responsibility to make sure that I don't wear my heart on my sleeve, that I don't let everybody know how I'm feeling, that I don't, you know, wish for things that really I shouldn't wish for. You know that old saying, be careful what you wish for, it might just come true? I'm probably talking about this. I'm glad that, you know, so far my boss and his wife are okay, you know, thankfully. But it was a little bit of an eye-opener there, because when I talked to him and I asked him, like, when did you guys get sick? He was like, oh, it happened, you know, just last hour. And 2 hours before that was when I had talked to my girlfriend. So the shit happens, and it happens fast. It'll happen in ways you don't think about. So if you start doing this, you know, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. Hopefully I can pick up on other people's mistakes so I can learn from them before I make them. I think that's that. I'm going to wrap it up with one last thing. One more of those possibilities. I've noticed lately, not as many of the videos that I see on YouTube on a regular basis, not as many of the channels are putting up videos as often. A lot of people are dropping off all of a sudden. Not to say that they're going out of sight. I can still see that they're doing stuff online, like watching videos and commenting, and they are still putting up vids now and then. But what I'm noticing is there's a lot less focus on the material, and people are more and more coming together to use their minds and collaborate mentally, and more people are starting to delve into the same sort of topics I started delving into. And I'm wondering, you know, there was always this whole time a corner of my brain was saying, well, we're the opposition here. We are against the powers that be. We are against the system as it stands. We're playing right into their hands because they need that element of opposition in order for their plans to work. If there is no element where they can entrain the masses to consider the enemy, then they will not be able to they will not be able to keep their iron grip on reality for the masses. You know what I mean? So this whole time there was a corner of my brain saying, you know, like, what are we going to do? This is playing right into their hands. And then I started realizing, well, now I'm on this there's more people than I realized on this path now, and there's more people that are starting on this path that are abandoning the petty bullshit, the petty, the material crap that we had to deal with. We're mentally evolving, I'm going to use that term loosely, into parallel paths that are going towards something. What if all along the entire goal of the people, the order, the royalty, the people that we always looked at and said, they're doing evil shit. What if they were doing evil shit for the sake of waking up more and more and more people at an exponential rate eventually? What if they placed themselves in the role of the adversary in order to start waking people up? What if they did that in order to get us to start using our brains more? Because if I never started on this path in the first place, if I had never started looking into what the hell are in chemtrails, looking into what the hell is Fukushima and why is it so bad for us, looking into what really happened on 9/11, then I would just be blindly following along, just like so many others. What if that's their ultimate goal? Or what if there are more than one organization, one of whom is piggybacking onto the order and using their tactics to wake people up? That's another possibility. And that's a mind bender for me. I'm not going to think too hard on it, at least until I pick up more details, more pieces of the puzzle. Y'all stay safe. Keep on looking out. Keep on working on that inner light. Peace.